So tonight on the Night Vision Show, we're doing something a wee bit different. We've had a farmer give us a call and he's thinking there's a few foxes in his field. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up with the latest thermal imaging equipment from GoLight and Pulsar, and what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can locate them. We're going to be using this, the Pulsar Quantum XD50S, and the GoLight Helios thermal imaging roof mounted camera. Welcome to the Night Vision Show.
Okay, so we've just pardoned the Land Rover. We're now driving up the farm track and we've got the thermal vehicle camera running at the moment, so you can see everything we're seeing in terms of thermal imaging. So tell us a bit about the GoLight Helios, Ian.
Okay, so the GoLight Helios has got a 19mm germanium lens, so it's a small lens compared to the Pulsar, but because it's roof mounted you can sit in a nice warm Land Rover and be filming whatever you're seeing, and then when you need to go out and you see a fox or whatever you're wanting to catch, you can just go out with the rifle and take a shot of it without having to spend hours on end sitting outside with thermal or handheld night vision looking for eye shine.
So there's some horses up in the lane up ahead here. We're just coming down, so can we see the horses in the thermal imaging camera?
I believe we can, yes. So have a look out.
So the horses are just pulled into this lay-by here, so they'll let us pass without spooking them, but can't really look at those go past.
Yep.
Great. So we're in a farm in southwest Scotland and we're driving up the track at the moment. We're going to go up and set the Pulsar Quantum XD50S up handheld. So have a bit of a scan about with the Helios, see what we can pick up. It's not quite dark yet, it's just starting to get dark now. And have a scan around and see what we can see. So fingers crossed. So the Helios has got a 360-degree remote control, so we can set the vehicle up somewhere on top of the ridge. Just going up across country just now to the top of the ridge, and we'll have a bit of a scan about as it gets dark, and we'll be in position, nothing will hear the vehicle coming in or out, and we can have a bit of a look round and see what we're going to see. Ideally with the Pulsar Quantum we can pick up things that we will only detect as a heat source with the Helios and identify them clearly with the Quantum, just due to the detection range of the Quantum being a lot greater. But a huge field of view of this vehicle mounted thermal is absolutely fantastic. So, but we'll carry on up this ridge for a bit and we'll see what we can see. So that's a heat source we just picked up across the other side of there. Looks like sheep, yep, a sheep there I think. This device is pretty amazing. It'll tell temperature differential as well. You'll see the scale on the left hand side of the Helios. It'll show you actually the temperature differential, what you're looking at. A full 360 scan round about just now to see what we can see.
The detail of the Helios is, for a 19mm lens, is fantastic. That's the roof.
So I've seen the roof of the Land Rover, yeah.
It's at the maximum. Okay, so we've parked at the top of the ridge, and it's actually a very nice spot because we've got a huge panoramic view of the whole of the east side of Dumfriesshire. So we can see all the way to Dumfries, and even on a good day like today, even Carlisle. So we can see anything that's coming around. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to sit up here, stay warm, pan with the Helios, and then once it gets a wee bit darker and a wee bit cooler, we're going to go out on foot with the Pulsar and see if we can see anything more. Okay, so we've just stepped out of the vehicle to give the dog a wee bit of a walk and to stretch her legs a bit, and now we can talk a wee bit more about the Quantum. Now, the Quantum XD50S is the top of the range model. It's got the 50mm germanium lens. It can either run on AA batteries or it can run on Pulsar's external power supply. You get two, or you can buy two, should I say. There's the EPS5, which we've got here, which comes with a longer cable and is the bigger battery, or you can get the EPS3, which mounts onto the Weaver accessory rails, which we've got here, or you can add the other one in there, and that it just fits directly onto there. It's a smaller battery and a shorter cable, making it a lot more compact and easier to use. Also can act as a handle. Now, this Quantum, which is the XD50S, has a detection range of a man-sized object of 1,250 meters. So for a fox, we're looking about 300 to between 300 and 400. So the sun's just set over here in southwest Scotland, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump back into the Land Rover, scan about with the Helios and see if we see anything, and if we do, we're going to jump out, use the Quantum and get a better idea of what it is that we've seen.
So this image we're seeing here in the truck screen inside the Land Rover, that's outputting directly from the Helios, Ian, yeah?
Yes, that is, it's running from this cable. The cable has the power and the video port, video cables into it, which we've got connected into our specially designed ports on our dashboard, and you control the Helios using wireless controllers. Now, the one model we've got the two, so you've got the grey remote and then you've got the black remote. To turn it on, you do need to have the grey remote, we realised that earlier. So you've got two speeds, you've got what, rabbit and tortoise, something you'd see on your normal lawnmower. So basically the rabbit's it's a noisier motor that's used, and it's quicker, it's panning, but if you put it in tortoise, it's a lot slower, it's a lot smoother as well. So if you're using it to watch animals or to try and locate them, we do recommend tortoise setting, because it doesn't make as much noise, therefore it's a lot more quiet, a lot more stealth-like.
You can barely hear the motor in it. We're sitting right under it and there's barely any noise at all, is there?
I know. So the only thing that's going to probably scare off the animals more is the engine of your Hilux or Defender, whichever you're mounting it to. Like I said, there's two remotes. One is dash mounted, the other one is just handheld remote. So you can have this one mounted inside at your passenger side, and then have this as well on you. So as soon as you're out, and somebody's saying they see something, if they can't reach the remote, you can also control the Helios as well.
I guess you can control it from outside the vehicle as well, so if you wanted to wander up the top of the hill, for example, we can do that. So should we give that a try?
Yep, I'm just away to go. Okay, so I'm standing about 100 yards away from our Defender. I've got the grey remote here in my hand and I'm controlling the thermal, but we've also got the dash mount, which our cameraman Paul has so kindly got focused on me, so the occupants inside the vehicle can also see myself on the thermal. Now, because I'm about 100 yards away, you would be surprised that it is working this far, but with a normal GoLight, which is visible light, you'd be able to shine a light all the way across the other side of this valley. They're that powerful, and for a small thermal like this that's roof mounted, it's very robust, very easy to use, and is very, very good for what it can do. I mean, I'm in perfect detail here, and you can make out anything basically within the detection range of 400 meters. It's a great piece of kit.
Just as we were driving across the ridge there, the thermal camera picked up something on the other side of the wall there. Not quite sure what it could have been. It could have been a rabbit or something, but I'm just going to sit here and have a little look. I think it went through that gate up there, Ian, at the top. We'll just sit up here for a bit and see if there's anything else we can see. It's getting proper dark now, so the thermal camera's really coming into its own. But we're covering a huge area here, and there's certainly not a lot about in the near vicinity. That lane carries on down there for about 400 yards.
Okay, so what we're doing now is we're just having a little drive down the road, because what we did was we picked up a fox on the Helios. It's over on the right hand side, just down the hill there, so we're just going to drive up and see if we can pick him up on the Quantum.
Cool.
Okay, so we've just jumped out the Land Rover and to have a look at that fox, and we're going to use the Quantum, and we're just going to walk down the hill, see if we can track it, and if we can we'll get some footage with it. Okay, so the fox that we picked up on the vehicle cam has turned out to be a roe deer. I'm just watching it walk along the wall line up at the top of the hill, and hang on, it's actually turned out to be 2 roe deer. So what we're going to do now is, I've watched them for a couple of minutes now, what we're going to do is we're just going to jump back in the vehicle and have a quick scan, see if we can see anything else. Okay, so we're just heading back to the vehicle after spotting the roe deer, and we've ended up seeing a fox in the middle of the field on its own. It's in between the 2 gates, and we're just watching it now in the Quantum using colour palette number 3, which is the red option, and we're also recording it on a Yukon MPR, so you can see the footage as well. Okay, so we've decided to come back into the Land Rover, and we have put the heated seats on, and we're not going to deny that. So what we're going to do is, the road actually goes down the other side of the valley, so we're just going to follow that down. We're going to do a wee bit of recording, some more scanning with the Helios, and we're just going to talk on the way home. But what I've noticed with the thermals is, no matter what unit you get, you will get great performance no matter the weather.
Yeah, it's very cold tonight, so the Quantum is leaps ahead of the Helios. The Helios is great for scanning around when you're driving around about. But
yeah.
In terms of detail, we picked up that rabbit with the Helios. We weren't quite sure what it was. We could see a blob, but as soon as we put the Quantum on, yeah, you could clearly see it was a rabbit, even from a good 200-300 metres away. You couldn't tell much detail, but I could see its ears sticking up. I could see the way it was jumping and bouncing about. So yeah, that was a big difference here.
So I hope you've enjoyed tonight's episode. We've had a great insight into how the Helios works and the sort of performance we're going to expect from it. On next month's episode, James is going to be looking at the Guide IR517, and also hopefully he's going to be looking at the Pulsar Core, which is the front added thermal add-on. So tune in next month for the Night Vision Show.